continuing, this camera has some issues. Like I was saying, Oscar De La Hoya would fight, and he would lose to Bernard Hopkins, and then he would, fight. He would have three fights. He fought Orlando Vargas, who tested positive for steroids. He beat him, took the only championship belt he had. That made Oscar De La Hoya a four-time world champion. And then he would fight Maega, beat Maega. I remember that fight in 2002. He beat his ass. And then he would have three fights in a row after that, and then he would get another loss, and then he would fight Floyd Mayweather Jr., which was supposed to be the biggest. It was supposed to be his redemption fight, and he lost to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And he would win three more after that, and then he would fight Manny Pacquiao, which could have been his redemption fight, and he lost that. And then in 2009, he announced his retirement. And once announced his retirement, that was it. He became a boxing promoter. And who does he pair up with? Bernard Hopkins. And of course, he ends his boxing career. He's won 5 championships. He did boxing for about 16, 17 years. So he succeeded. Then he has his own film production. Golden Boy Promotions and boxing. So he gets into the movies, the television shows. He's a businessman. He's Oscar De La Hoya. So he's done great outside of the world of boxing. Now his opponent is going to be Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who started fighting at the age of 17 years old. Now, ultimately, he would just ditch school and box. So he got into a lot of trouble in his heyday. And then finally he turned pro at age 20, going on 21, and had an incredible record. He was 10-0. Then he was 15-0. And then he won his first championship belt. He won the WBC middleweight championship belt. And then he moved his record up to 23-0. I remember seeing that fight because I was at Hooters like years ago, and he lost the fight, and people were shocked. Then he would move his record up to like 25-0. Then he got a second loss. He lost the championship belt. He had a rematch, and he gets the championship belt back, so that made him a 2-time champion. Then he beats another person to move it up to like 29-3, and he picks up 3 championship belts. And then he beat someone again, and was on the verge of making himself a 4-time world champion. So he's been boxing for like 14 years basically, and he's that guy that we all expect to come in. So to me, he fought a bunch of no-name fighters. A lot of the guys he fought were from Mexico or Puerto Rico, and he had rematches out of, I would say, 4 rematches out of the 30 fights that he's had. So he's been boxing for 14 years, and he's got a record of 30 wins and 3 losses. He's had 4 rematches out of those fights. Now, to me, had he fought somebody like a Manny Pacquiao or a Mayweather, it would have made him into a boxing marquee fighter. He never got to fight Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao because of the fact that these guys were at a higher level. The only person I think that can help him become the superstar that he could become is the guy that Floyd Mayweather Jr. fought. You know, that Mexican fighter that I can't even pronounce his name. You know what I'm talking about. He's big. You know, he looked like he should just become a heavyweight. But my point is, he's undefeated. I think his name's Costello. I only know that part of his name. If he would have fought someone like that, that would probably be the one fight that would make him to a breakout superstar. It can still actually happen. Despite the fact that both guys are around the same age, it's a fight that could actually happen. So, who would win in a fight in their prime? Oscar De La Hoya or Julio Chavez Jr.? I most definitely would say Oscar De La Hoya wins the first fight just because it's Oscar De La Hoya. And Cesar Chavez Jr. would actually knock Oscar De La Hoya out in the rematch, of course. Now, the third and final fight would probably be a cross between when Oscar fought Mayweather, where he could not knock him out because he did not have knockout power, and when he fought Phoenix Trinidad. But here's the thing. Oscar in his prime likes to cruise around. And Chavez Jr. likes to go in for the kill. If it's Oscar that matured and learned his lesson after, so if we take him where he's still in his prime, but when he fights someone like Orlando Vargas and he got serious, then you're gonna see a situation where this might end in a tie because even at that point, Oscar wasn't knocking people out in his fights as much. It's only when you angered and upsetted Oscar he would knock you out. Trinidad, not Trinidad, but Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He got angry the minute he first got in the ring with you. So that's the thing. So I'm probably gonna say on a safe bet, this probably ends in a tie. And if someone lost, it probably would be Oscar again. So until next time on Boxing What If, until next time, peace.